It's a gorgeous morning in our park today. Welcome everybody back to Prehistoric Kingdom in our challenge playthrough in a park that is at episode 4 and still no name. I'm tempted to just go back to Prehistoric Preserve because I really do enjoy the aspect of that and what everything went for. So I think we may just go with Prehistoric Preserve and keep things as it is, but it is a gorgeous morning out here in the park and we have a few updates. And by we, I mean me, myself, and I. For one, I finally had to take the suggestion. I didn't want to at first, but I had to take the suggestion of basically making this go down quite a bit. And simply, they were just the animations. They were still going out of their enclosures. It was causing issues with the park, and I honestly think that's why we don't have the finances that we should. Simply because, well, the dinosaurs keep escaping, so I have removed that issue. There shouldn't really be anyways, although I do expect them to still get out because it is what it is. But we also brought in 2 new ceratopsians. This is our Protoceratops. Gorgeously beautiful creature. And then, oh, where is our Psittacosaurus? There's one. Look at this beauty. Look at her. She is just a gorgeous specimen. And it looks like we have people observing as well, which is exactly what we wanted. At first, I was afraid that people weren't going to come through here and come into the back. Also, a little bit of note, if you were here for the last park, this is the custom asset that I created. This is a nice custom bathroom with a lot of foliage on top. We'll get that worked on. But one of the things you'll also notice is just the nice kind of atmospheric feel vibe that we started putting in here. So this is a very heavily forested area, and I wanted that because I almost wanted the enclosure to just disappear to where you really just can't distinguish it. Now obviously you will, and especially if you look up here, but I just really like this heavily wooded area because it gives us a great sense of the park and kind of an immersive vibe. So overall we're doing okay money wise. It's not that bad, but unbeknownst to you guys, we have invested in a new creature for our park, and that is the Dilophosaurus. One of the things that I want to do from here on out is we need to start investing in our other creatures and the other versions of our creatures because they are important, and I think the species variety will actually help us with our park in the future. However, we have a Dryosaurus, and this broski over here, I guess Mamski, because we're still under females only, is going to be our first major meat eater. We of course have the Dilophosaurus over here. That's what I'm thinking of, right? Yep, the Dilophosaurus, and it does look like they are staying in their enclosure, so that's a good thing. But this is a proper meat eater, and we are starting to go with this creature beyond our gentle, family-friendly creature dinosaur exhibits. So we're going to have to expand into a new area, and that's something I'm very excited about, but I'm also quite a bit nervous because we are officially out of the playtime stuff, and we're into a little bit more of the deeper things. So I do want these sections right here. You'll notice this three-part area. This is where we will start cutoffs and start diversifying and expanding the park. And that's very important for me to get figured out because we are going to have to make something that isn't so standardized, I guess. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to, I'm not quite sure how I want to handle it, and maybe you can help me out. Our Dilophosaurus exhibit is going to go over here. Part of me wants to break things up by the age in which they were discovered in, or the age in which they lived. Part of me wants to split them up based on the type of dinosaur they are, be a meat eater or a plains savanna type creatures based on geography. Or do we just have randomized stuff throughout? I don't like that, so that's not what I want to do. But basically, we're going to start splitting the park up into more specialized regions. Now, mind you, we still have a couple of exhibit areas that we could definitely use. And in fact, we could even split over here for some cool zoo things. For instance, like if we were to go to right here, the Dryosaurus, we could definitely throw the Dryosaurus in with the kid-friendly area because it is a kid-friendly creature. So that's kind of where I want to go. We're going to start specializing. Oh, excuse me, this is the Protoceratops. The Nasutoceratops is what I was mentioning earlier. Some of you are probably already correcting me in the comment section down below. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to build our Dilophosaurus exhibit and also develop an entrance. Now, typically, I really enjoy entrances. These models are just like, they did such a fantastic job in creating some of these standardized assets because I love every bit of this. I love this right here. And in fact, I think we're probably going to put this into our Dilophosaurus exhibit. And this is even like a good breaker right here. We could easily put something over here and have another one over here, kind of like just creating a cool entrance. That's what it's all about. There will be a very defined break all throughout here. Again, letting you know that you are in kind of the family-friendly zone. And once you get beyond that, it's going to get a little bit iffy. We need to do some research on our Dilophosaurus anyways. So if we were to go into here, our Dilophosaurus is a rather large creature as well. This is a little bit bigger than the Protoceratops. It's a bit smaller, I think, than the Pseudoceratops. But regardless, it's going to be quite the beefy, interesting creature. Now, exhibit crowding is at 15%, which means we probably don't want a ton of them together. I'm honestly just thinking one of each, because look at the different varieties here. It is such a gorgeous creature. And the benefit, of course, is we can mixture of desert and wetlands. Now, we could have almost like a broken up exhibit where they have both, or we can do a transition piece where we have a wetland that goes into an exhibit or goes into a desert theme, just so they have that balance. We can work on both of those and do something a little more interesting there. Fence security is going to be cranked up just a little bit, but a forest and a decent bit of water. Now, wetland doesn't mean the super duper swamps like we've had in the past. So we're going to have some fun with that. But the minimum size is also 1,500 meters squared, which is one of the largest exhibits we've made thus far. I actually think it won't be too terribly hard, as if we were to get out of here, we're looking at 7,000 meters squared. And I actually think this one, okay, so overall it's not going to need a huge amount, but we could totally combine all three of these, as it were, and create that over here. There's a lot of stuff that we can do with this, and I'm very excited. I'm going to kind of step up my game just a little bit and really bring you a unique exhibit. Again, I don't mind using prefabricated pieces like this. This is really nice. It's very, very exhibit conducive, I guess you could say. But we got lots of options that we can do with everything that we have here, including just a random triangle. But we're going to wait until sunrise, simply so I can pause it then, and we can start working on that. And then bring in our Dilophosaurus educational segment as well. So before we begin, we're going to transition to that. I'll see you in just a second. All right, well, we have a little bit of a foggy morning, which of course is going to happen. Why not? Why wouldn't it happen? But that's okay. We can still build an exhibit very nicely. And in fact, I think it might be going away. Let's wait just a second. And here we are. All right, so we are going to start our area, our section, our educational segment, and then we're going to start working on our Dilophosaurus exhibit. The Dilophosaurus is an early Jurassic period dinosaur, estimated to have lived around 193 million years ago in what is now North America, with 3 near-perfect and whole specimens found in modern-day northern Arizona. Not to be confused with the more theatrical Dilophosaurus from the Jurassic Park franchise, this creature was significantly larger, at around 7 meters or 23 feet in length, with a weight of around 400 kilograms or 880 pounds. The genus Dilophosaurus wetherilli means two-crested lizard, both honoring John Wetherilli, a Navajo counselor and guide that helped in the initial discoveries, and the crest that sits on top of the Dilophosaurus' skull. While its true purpose is unknown, it's most commonly associated for mating purposes. The Dilophosaurus is one of our more interesting dinosaurs due to simply the evolution of knowledge that has changed the purpose, eating habits, and skeletal functionality of the Dilophosaurus over time. First thought as a scavenger due to a perceived weakened jaw structure, a look at its neck, skull size, and large upper teeth turned it into a proposed predatory hunter, with a further proposition that its small forearms had more flexibility and extension than previously thought, and that it was fully able to use these arms, not only to catch prey, but for other utilizations including scratching its neck, and that these prey included smaller dinosaurs and fish. It just goes to show that we simply cannot know exactly what these ancient creatures went through, and that the study of dinosaurs is an ever-changing field. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Dilophosaurus exhibit. Now, it's an interesting experiment to see whether it works. I think we've encompassed a decent idea vibe of the wetlands with our fish over here on the wetland side, which looks absolutely repulsive. And then balancing that as we progress over into more of the desert area. It's a little sparser, but still pretty darn vibrant. Now, we do have things like, feeders running low and whatnot. But we do have... Oh, nope, wrong place. Here we go. We're going to select all. Oh, wow, these are a lot bigger than I thought. Are these... Did I choose the right height? 2.5. Okay, no, we're good. Wow, those are massive creatures. I did not quite realize how well they were. Nope. Sorry. We've already talked about the Dilophosaurus, so we don't need to talk about it anymore. Now we need to check the habitat levels, so we can see already pretty much the main thing. We are at the max for exhibit crowding, so we did the perfect job by only doing 4 of these creatures. And I think once we tackle the issue of water, they really are super picky about water. But I think once the water thing is solved, there we go, habitat to 100, and look at these gorgeous beasts. Oh my word, they're so much bigger than I thought they would be. I don't know, you like finally get them in an exhibit and then maybe that just kind of brings them all to life. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we've actually officially gone into full 2-star park territory, which is really good for us because it allows us to push into the new dinosaurs. Oh my word, look at it. Look at the just the creature animations. Oh my word, she's gorgeous. Oh my word. I'm gawking a little bit, and it's going to be really interesting when we start getting to the bigger, more impressive dinosaurs as well. I love how they just walk through each other too. Oh my goodness, what a gorgeous creature. Let's get up close. Oh, the details on this are just fantastic. I want to see what they look like over here. Oh my word. I'm vibing with it. It's a really good vibe. I'm digging it. All right, well, I also really enjoy this aspect. We will probably put a sign over here once we figure out what the area actually does. So again, once you help me figure that out, because I do want your input, we can get a sign over here that lets us know what everything is going on with over there. Because it's gonna be pretty stinking awesome. And then I also think it's a nice touch just to have that transition. And on the backside, this allows us to expand a little bit should we want to put in some new areas like a play area. I thought about doing like an archaeological dig section where it looks like you're digging up some dinosaurs, even just like a little park. I mean, even just a little park would be nice. Really fill out this area, and then I left it up for interpretation on how we cross over here. Eventually we will cross over into the new areas, but this Dilophosaurus exhibit, yeah, they're really digging it. They are really digging it, and it's gonna stay clean all the time, which is also great. We got our little dung beetles doing the work that they need to be doing, which is adorable. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought that we would be gaining more visitors, because we do kind of have a much nicer creature. We're officially up into the 2 stars for animal population and unique species, so that's really good. And if we were to go over to our excavations, I think we would see that we would, if we went over to our excavations, especially like, right here, we can now get the Torvosaurus because it has been unlocked for us. We can we can actually get the Torvosaurus. Oh boy, that'll be fun. That'll be really fun. We can get our Parasaurolophus. Oh no, we can't, not yet. We have to have a park rating of 4. A Parasaurolophus is my favorite creature. But even like the Styracosaurus, that's going to get us some new, a new Pachyrhinosaurus is going to bring us actually the, yeah, this is a very nice level 3 creature. Yeah, fantastic. The Pachyrhinosaurus maybe would be another one we could throw into the smaller area. So again, we just expanded our park into a whole new sets of territories that I am extremely excited to start working on. Volcanic, oh snap, that looks pretty. So the Torvosaurus, again, so we are starting to unlock some bigger, badder dinosaurs. Even some cold dinosaurs like the Chilodonta or the Juxia. Oh, this is cool. Oh man, I'm excited. But we've officially unlocked it, so that's really nice. There is no food. Where is this? Oh, it's over there. Okay, that's fine. I fixed it. There shouldn't be anything wrong. And now that we've really cleared up, we can get a very nice idea on what we're doing. And we actually are bringing in a lot more guests now. That park rating has things going up. We're going to do prehistoric preserve just so we can do all of that stuff. Animal welfare overall is not bad. The tricksy one is the Nasutoceratops. Oh, Luna. Luna. It looks like you are in. That's what the danger is. Okay. So we didn't quite fix our dinosaurs issues over here. And it doesn't look like I can actually do anything about it because I cannot find her. Oh, there she is. Luna. Girl. Oh, nope. I just lost you again. Luna, come back. Thank you. There we go. All right. Now they give us a -1 star rating. I think that's just because we moved things around and we should be okay. Oh man, but overall I'm very excited about this because it gives us a great way to bring in a new species of dino into a new section of the park. And in fact, I think we're doing so well off, we could probably squeeze in another dinosaur, just a chill one. Nothing too crazy. I think the Dryosaurus is going to, it doesn't even give us a good, I mean, it's only one, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But we're going to buy all 3 of them because why not? And we're going to add a new section to our little park. Over here is actually going to be a really fantastic place. This is not something that I had planned, but we do have a lot going for us at the moment. So I think it would be a good idea to just take advantage of it. We can go ahead and remove those guys. And let's take a look at our nursery. Here we go. The Dilophosaurus, 650 meters squared. We can get a lot of creatures into this exhibit, so that's probably what we're going to do. We can afford the expense, we might as well roll with it. And we can do a desert, we can do a scrubland, or a coastal. I think we'll probably end up doing scrubland, simply because I really want to experiment with what we want to do here. So 650, we can get that piece of cake. Probably end up being closer to 1,000, just because I like the bigger exhibits. And we're gonna start, let's go and start with 2 of each. Okay, we can apparently only do 5 at a time, which is okay. Not a problem at all. And then we're gonna go ahead and start designing this one. The Dilophosaurus is another late Jurassic dinosaur discovered in the Upper Brushy Basin member, known as the Morrison Formation. This formation would be the groundworks for our modern-day Rocky Mountains. Dilophosaurus translates to tree lizard, with the Greek word for tree meaning more than just the literal word tree and is often associated with oak. Now there is wide debate on whether that is due to its leaf-shaped teeth, or perhaps that the Morrison Formation in which it was found was heavily forested and swampy at this point in the Jurassic. At just around 3 meters or 9 feet long and 1 meter or about 3 feet tall, the Dilophosaurus was among the smaller variations of bipedal dinosaurs in the region, and rather tiny compared to the gigantic sauropods of the region like the Apatosaurus and Brachiosaurus. This one's quite the charming and rather harmless dinosaur, without a doubt. We did really good here. We could probably add quite a few more, and honestly, I kind of want to. So we're going to do that real quick. Why? Because I can. We're going to go 2 more of those ladies. Yeah, we're going to have lots of dinosaurs around. Now, this is an expense that I didn't expect, and it probably will end up poorly. But again, I just like splurging every once in a while. I think it's fun. I think it works very well. We're going to worry about just a few planted areas. Let's go boom, boom, boom. And it looks like I've reached the max score possible, and it actually got me an achievement. Pretty darn cool. I'll take that for a win, absolutely. And we may just make this money back pretty darn quick. You can see it's already also boosting us up. So I'm not complaining whatsoever about all of these creatures. We're going to speed things up just a little bit. Why are we going backwards? That's an interesting thing. And hopefully their animations don't glitch out of the system, because that would be slightly humorous, but also very problematic. One more. We did lose quite a bit of money, simply because we were buying all the things we could. Okay, brilliant. Now let's see if they're doing okay. They are. And we still don't have that bad of an exhibit in terms of crowding and whatnot. So that's great. One of the things that I did forget to put over here, though, which donation boxes. It's one thing we don't have over in this section. So if you would like to donate to the dinos, then please feel free to. But also over here. And we're reaching pretty big amounts for our, for everything. We got 653 guests. That is steadily climbing as well. Ooh, we got a little bit of a glitchy scenario here. That's fine. And then let's just like shoot this all the way down. And shoot this into the back. I think that would be great. And then we don't need anything fancy, honestly, for these dinosaurs. Not that they don't deserve it. But this is just a very out in the open exhibit. So we're going to do our Dilophosaurus. And our Dryosaurus over here. I like it. Oh no, it's Lorem Ipsum. Why wouldn't you make it I'm just kidding. That's not a bad thing at all. I'm not concerned about it. But that brought us a few more creatures into our exhibit. Into our zoo. Doing very well overall. And really having a great time and adding some new things to our thing over here. Basically what's going to happen now in the future is we are going to start trying to split up our time a bit. I do have some ideas for some fun things, much like our observation deck over here. But I think pretty much going forward, we'll either do a major project or a major exhibit. And we'll kind of keep things a little bit more time constrained, simply because I do not have all the time in the world. 3 children is a little bit of a difficulty, I'm not going to lie. So episodes will start being a little bit shorter, but hopefully we'll accomplish more and more. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, like I'm almost loving this more than I loved my last zoo or my last prehistoric preserve, simply because I don't know, I feel more involved. I'm not so weighed down by scale. By this point last time, we were starting to really dig into some bigger projects that were overwhelming me, and that's not happening here. And so for the sake of my sanity, for the sake of your enjoyment of me doing things, we're going to keep things on a little bit of the shorter end in terms of length and stuff. And I hope that's okay with you. But I would really love your suggestions at the same time. Throw out something that you want to see, that you would like to see in a zoo or a dinosaur zoo exhibit. Because I will take those into consideration. I will you know, see if they're viable, if we have a place for them. Again, this whole section can be for all sorts of stuff, and I'm excited and eager to see what you come up with. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this episode. Again, we had 2 little sections over here. We probably would have had the Dryosaurus probably a little bit of a, how do I say it, the educational segment would probably be a little bit shorter. I'm thinking about this, you know, before I even do it. But overall, it's just been a blast. I'm really having fun, and I hope you are too. If you enjoyed this, you know the ways you can support. You can give the video a like. You can do other things like leave comments. You can become a YouTube member, which would be very, very helpful to financially support the channel if you're digging it and into it. Other than that, guys, I thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'm excited to see where the next episode takes us. This is Havoc, and I'm out of here.
These are nature's greatest creations. This is your park. This is Prehistoric Kingdom.